Welcome back everyone, Mariah here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I'm also going to be sharing with you exactly what my current plans are in terms of if I'm buying or if I'm selling. I'm also going to be talking about why I recently actually have considered purchasing gold and potentially silver, which is funny because I recently tweeted something on Twitter that was like, you want to hear a joke? Hashtag gold. And here I am, considering buying it. So yes, I change my mind a lot, but you know what? The world is changing every single day. And with the current world events going on, that is actually what is leading me to potentially consider buying some gold and silver. So going to be going over the price of Bitcoin, what I think the current price action is basically directing us towards where I think the price is going if I plan on selling anything anytime soon. And I'm also going to be going over some recent purchases and sells as well. So let's just go ahead and jump right into Bitcoin's price action. Okay, this is a daily chart here, which is at a very pivotal point here. So I added some different moving averages to my chart. So actually this one right here is pink, is a 50 DMA, and this blue one right here is a 200 DMA. So what is a DMA and what makes it different from other moving averages? Okay, it's called a displaced moving average. So it's a moving average that has been adjusted forward or back in time in an attempt to better forecast trends or better fit the price movements of an asset. So someone I follow on Twitter, his name is Matt Cope. You can go follow him. His Twitter is private though, and he does post a lot of religious-based things. So if that bothers you, then you probably don't want to follow him. But he also tweets a lot about the economy and kind of what he anticipates to happen in the crypto market, the traditional markets, gold, silver, and he tweets a lot about Tesla as well. So what he's anticipating right here is Bitcoin to basically rally to this right here, this 50 DMA. So let me go ahead and find that tweet of exactly what he said, which made me kind of think about it. So at the financial pundits, all the financial pundits are wrong about Bitcoin. It will bounce soon at or under 40K, but you sell that bounce. We are nearing the 200 DMA. Watch for a bounce, then the 50 DMA to act as resistance for the next leg of selling. So what he's saying here is that this 50 DMA right here is going to act as resistance. So what he said is like 50 to 55K max. So I'm anticipating for Bitcoin, or what he's saying is he's anticipating Bitcoin to rally and basically be rejected by the 50 DMA. So that is something I am becoming aware of. He also thinks that gold and silver are going to do extremely well because of what's going on with the current wars that are breaking out. So the Bitcoin chart daily is, has not had any momentum shifts. This right here is, like potentially going to be a reversal candle, or the next candle is going to be a reversal candle. So I'm potentially going to sell 1 to 3 Bitcoin between 50 and 55,000. And I'm personally doing that for a few reasons. I would sell that to USDC. I'm then going to put that on, either BlockFi or Nexo or Celsius so that I can earn approximately 10%. So I'm taking that out because I want to also take into consideration that I have loans out through Nexo, right? I have over, $300,000 of loans on Nexo. So basically what I would be doing is selling off some so that I could be paying down those loans with the interest that I'm earning. So let's go and take a look at the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin, not giving us any signs of a reversal yet. We could still drop down and see some support here at this DMA, which would be at about $40,000. So what he said, basically what he's saying is that it's going to bounce off of here, and then it's going to rally up to meet this moving average. Let's go and take a look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is basically, made a lower low in the past, day or so. And so we would need a big push up above and beyond, about getting Bitcoin to $50,000 to change the momentum. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart is looking okay. So we saw, a higher low, another higher low. And so we just basically don't want to see Bitcoin go below the low of this candle, which would be 42,535. That would be bad news for Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 30-minute on Bitcoin. It's looking okay, but not totally promising. A little bit neutral here. I don't like, how it pulled back here. And then when it rallied after that pullback on the 30-minute, it didn't make a higher high. It basically made a lower low. So the 30-minute is actually looking quite bearish. Take a look at the 15-minute chart. Also not looking good for Bitcoin. 5-minute chart is trending downwards, so we're going to see a pullback this morning. It's going to be interesting though, because the stock market is opening up in 6 minutes. So let's see if Bitcoin starts correlating with the stock market. 1-minute chart is obviously trending downwards as well. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I'm also probably going to be selling off some Ethereum just because I'm so in the profit. Let's take it back all the way to the daily chart on Ethereum and see how it's looking. So, I think that, Ethereum ran up here. It doesn't have a ton of support. So like we could potentially see some support at the high of this candle right here, which is 26.46. But I think that it's probable that we see Ethereum between 2 and 2,200. I think that could be a massive buying opportunity, and I think that's highly probable. So I'm going to be slowly dumping more of my Ethereum with the intention to buy back lower while it's making 10% in stable coins. Let's look at the 12-hour chart on Ethereum. So we're basically just trying to see if Ethereum makes a higher high, which I don't think is going to happen. I think that the top of, about 4,300 is going to be the top for an extended period of time. The 4-hour chart is still trending downwards. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart here. 1-hour chart is actually looking a bit better. So, we made a higher high here and a higher low. So the 1 hour is giving us some hope. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. Yeah, this 30-minute chart here, as this red 2 goes below the red 1, that's bearish. And you can see here the moving average, this green one, crossing down below the red. So I'm going to sell a little bit of Ethereum, or at least put a sell order in. So let me go ahead and take a look at the 5-minute to kind of get an idea if it's a good time to exit here. So we see Ethereum has been kind of trading sideways since about 1 a.m. and it made a massive lower low. So I think we're going to see a little bit of a rally here to like 3,400. And then probably more room for downside. So you can see here that my open orders, I have sell orders already set, 37.77, 38.88, 39.89, and 44.44. I don't think those are actually going to fill. So I'm going to actually cancel this half Ethereum at 4444. I don't think we're going to get back to that level. I had set that like quite a few days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and sell one at, let's see, I'm going to go 33.99. Place a sell order there. And let's see, if it kind of gets rejected by this moving average, then that order should fill. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. That might make me want to change my mind here. Yeah, that order, I might bite the dust on that one and have to change my plan while I'm probably making this video of just doing a market sell order on Ethereum. But then also, we've been seeing it trending downwards for a significant amount of time on the 1 minute chart, so there is a possibility that it could reverse. But it's hard to use the moving average crossover from the green over to the red, because like you could see it happen here, but then it just fell immediately afterwards. So I like to use the crossing of the moving averages on other time frames, not necessarily the 1 minute. Nexo sitting at $3.15 here. It broke below this trend line, being held up by this DMA at about 283. We could see it go down to like this 160, 170 range if there is more of a significant pullback. So link here at 39.78. The daily chart technically has not made a lower low, so I think we might see a bit of a relief rally here on link. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour has changed momentum here, and so I think there's a good amount of upside here on link in the next in the next 8 hours or so. On the short term, we might see more of a pullback here as the 5 minute is trending downwards and has made a lower low. I finally sold my Doge position, you guys. I sold at 49 cents. I thought the chart was just looking real bad, so I decided to get out of my Doge position. I'm anticipating like it to go down to 44 cents, but more likely like 25 to 30 cents. So that's why I got out of that position. As you can see here, there was just, no support from like 16 cents all the way up to 73 cents. Therefore, I think that the pullback will continue. Do I think that Doge could still hit $1? Absolutely. With Elon Musk tweets, you just never know exactly how that's going to play out. So we are seeing, let's go ahead and take a look here at the 1 minute back on Ethereum. I'm seeing a little bit of some price action upwards. So hopefully I can get that order filled. It's getting close, about $12 or so away from getting filled. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Matic here. Okay, so I sold off all my Matic last night, and let me show you exactly where I sold my Matic. So I sold my Matic here, 206, 207, 208, and 212. I also was selling between 194 and 197, so I sold, and then I decided to jump back in it, and then that's when I sold above 2,000. So I basically was taking profits, but then I saw another opportunity for a push upward on the 5-minute time frame. So I decided to jump back in and make I think it was like a $100 profit or something, but I was like, I'll take it, a little bit of a scalp right there. So Matic currently sitting at 205. I think that it's the 1-minute chart, actually looks pretty good here as it has made a higher high. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. So I think that Matic is actually showing some strength, and it's probably not a bad time to jump back into it. I think we could be seeing more strength. Let's take a look at 30 minutes. So I'm kind of starting with smaller time frames and then moving upward. So it's still in a position though, Matic, where there is not much support. So, it's something that if you want to jump in right now, you want to be probably putting a very tight stop loss. You guys know how I feel about stop losses, but you could just see the lack of support. I mean, revisiting 182 to between 182 and 154 is highly probable, especially since it's up 19 cents. So something just to be aware of there if you want to jump into Matic. You could see here it's this 1-hour chart bearish as this red 2 trades below this red 1, and like I said, orders around the 188 range might not be a bad idea. There just wasn't a ton of support made on the way up. SNX is doing quite well. I have a small SNX position that I've had for a few months now. So the 1-minute chart looks fantastic. Trending upwards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-minute. 5-minute looks excellent as well. So I'm just kind of slowly taking some off the top of my altcoin positions. I'm not saying the timing is right, but for me, I feel comfortable doing that. I just sold 3 a few minutes ago at 22.95, and you can see now it's up to 23.65. So let's go ahead and see here. I am probably gonna, I only have 86 in this account. I have 20, I think, somewhere else in a different account. So I'm gonna go and put another sell order in for 3 at, I'm gonna go 23.88. That's just $70, but I'm slowly just taking some off the table. I'm not trying to hit a certain price, but as it goes up, because I'm trying to get better at taking profits, because we all know that is not my strength. Okay, it's 9:32 a.m. The stock market has opened, so we should go take a look there. Bitcoin's right now at 43,722, which has me guessing that, let's see, Tesla here at 565, opening up down. We obviously got the news yesterday. Well, this is what's funny is that, here, let me show you guys something. So all of a sudden this became big news that, I think his name, Michael Burry. So Michael Burry of The Big Short reveals 530 million bet against Tesla. Michael Burry has been tweeting about betting against Tesla. He was for months, and then he deleted all of his tweets, okay? I'm not sure this is this is being framed as if he just revealed this. He's been revealing that he's short on Tesla for a long time. And then he's been continuously saying, nobody's listening to me. And that's why his name on Twitter was Cassandra. It was I don't know, was it some Greek mythical god that tried to warn people, but no one ever listened to them? That's why his name was Cassandra on Twitter. And so I'm sure he's already made a ton of money because he's been talking about shorting Tesla for months when it was up near the all-time highs. So Michael Burry, if you guys don't know, he's the guy that basically shorted the housing market, I don't know exactly the right term, the housing situation back in 2008. So he made I don't know, hundreds of millions, maybe even $1 billion between himself, and I'm not really sure if he's a hedge fund dude. Tesla has opened up down today. Let's go ahead and take a look at traditional markets here. So SPY has kind of just opened up slightly down today, but nothing like that. Tesla candle was a lot more noticeable than this SPY candle. So as soon as the stock market opened, then Bitcoin didn't start trading downwards. It kind of picked up some steam a little bit, so that's nice to see. I think my order on Ethereum filled to sell 1 at the price that I just said. So let's see here. Yeah, I sold 1 Ethereum at 33 $1,099. And let's go ahead and take a look back at that chart. There's a possibility that Ethereum could be rejected by this moving average on the 5-minute chart. We will just have to wait and see. Let's take a look quickly at the 1 minute, trending upwards. 1 minute looks pretty good actually. So could be some more upside from Ethereum. So I might be dumping more as we go, as the day goes on. I also decided to sell off a little bit of Link that I had purchased because I'm happy with my position, and I think I made like approximately like $2 on the Link. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take small amounts of profit, just keep nibbling at the profits, That is my current approach. So I know this video might be confusing because you're like, wow, all of a sudden you're super bearish. I am not necessarily super bearish, but what I kind of realized is that I have to treat the current market as if the bull run is over, because that is always a possibility. I think it's a very small possibility, but it's a possibility. So I have to basically prepare as if the top is in for Bitcoin and most of these cryptocurrencies. So that's why I am making the decisions that I am making today. I do think we're going to see a little bit of a relief today. We're going to see a lot of altcoins gain. So I think that I'm anticipating the Bitcoin to 50 to 55 range, where I'm probably going to sell off a couple, probably to happen in the next 2 weeks or so. So I was kind of looking for some capitulation on the 1 hour chart when it came to Bitcoin. But as you can see here, capitulation would have been a stronger move to the upside, but we fell back down and revisited that same level. And obviously here on the 1 hour chart, Bitcoin is making higher lows, but then like I mentioned earlier, this red 2 trading below the red 1 isn't necessarily bullish. So also, Michael Saylor has added to his Bitcoin position with MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy purchases an additional 229 Bitcoins for 10 million at an average price of 43,663. I really always appreciate how transparent MicroStrategy is. Like, they could technically probably wait to do like quarterly reports, but Michael Saylor is super transparent and always telling us exactly what he's buying, how much, and what he paid. So the reason why I mentioned earlier that I was considering entering some gold positions or silver positions is because Matt Coate, that I mentioned on Twitter, he talked about how precious metals basically thrive in an environment when it comes to war. So with everything that's going on in Israel, that has made me consider buying gold or silver. I'm not going to buy the physical, but I would buy some sort of an ETF. Let's go ahead and take a look at the price of gold and what it's up to. So the 1 hour chart is looking really strong on gold here. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily looks really nice as well. So it's very confidently, going over this DMA right here, and then the green 2 trading above the green 1 on the daily looks quite strong. 12-hour chart also trending upwards. 4-hour chart looking pretty good as well. Might pull back to this range of like 1856, but it might not be a bad time to consider gold or silver. And that is mainly because of the situation in Israel, and it's not a position that I would plan on holding long term, but more in the short term while I think Bitcoin trades sideways. I do think there's this possibility that Ethereum trades sideways all the way until the fall, okay? So that's something that I'm anticipating and being ready for. People, if a lot of these coins start trading sideways for months all throughout the summer, people are probably going to think that the bull run is definitely over. And that's when we're going to see that final push of like 200 to 300% towards the end of the year, marking the top of what I anticipate is going to be the end of the bull run. So you have to just be ready for both scenarios. That is all I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.